I think I noticed some purpleness. Hey NailTubers, doesn't this packaging look so elegant? Rosalind Polygel, and these have some weight to them. Plus, these are 60 milliliter tubes. I've been interested in trying this brand because it's one I haven't used, and surprisingly, they reached out to me. So check out this opal white and red. I love the packaging. It's simple and has that classic appeal. And as I hold the tube, it seems to be filled pretty well too. And it's rather exciting to know that you could do many sets with how much there is. This is almost a milky white, and this red is so rich. So I decided on 3XL taper coffin or ballerina. I use 70% alcohol, but you'll also see me switch up and I'll explain that later. My natural nails are already prepped, so a fast run through putting on the tips. And while I'm doing that, I have to tell you what happened. So the last time I posted, I think it was last Tuesday, right? I have been having, and I hope I didn't speak this up from what I said before. I said if I miss any days, it would be because of work and technical issues, because that's what I ended up having. But I was just speaking out of my reality of what's been going on. So yeah, guys, I couldn't post. Then eventually the computer crashed completely. I literally opened up the computer, cleaned it out, and I've been troubleshooting this myself and got everything back up and running. So yeah, it's been a thing, guys. Base coat is the first layer when doing polygel. I've really been liking this shape. Even though it's cut down, I still like the shape that it maintained. And this is how it looks. So we're going to start in with red on the pinky, and it's going to be the solid color. Look how pigmented and rich this is. It's so pretty. It's pretty much like the perfect red, right? So this wasn't the brush that I intended to use. I have a different one, but with everything going on, I had all kinds of computer stuff spread out, and this one was the first one that was available at the time, but it's working pretty fine. And right at first use, this polygel is medium to thick with some stickiness. So you do have to keep your brush saturated. And you might notice that I ended up using base coat with this. And I've talked before about not using base coat, but more specifically when it comes to shimmer polygels or like pearlesque polygels, because in my opinion, base coat has a tendency to thin out those type of polygels. But this polygel is so pigmented. As you can see, it's actually working well with it. The thing that I do like about this polygel, as I said, it was medium to thick. Though it has a little stickiness, it stays where you put it. Some polygels will start shifting when you pat it or you move it into place, and it'll move the whole amount of product that you put down. But this polygel wasn't doing that, so I do appreciate that about this Rosalind Polygel. So you see that I went straight to the thumb, but the pinky, the index, and the thumb will be solid red. And then I start with this nude on the ring finger and middle finger, which will get an extended nail bed. And pretty much what I did was just simply use the shape of the polygel as it came out the tube, if you can tell. And I feel like it was just a little too much, so I removed some, and then I worked the shape back. And this wasn't hard to do at all. You just continue to work it and refine the shape as best as you can. And once you're done, you're just going to file the sides and refine the shape and make it more crisp and sharper. And you'll only see the ring finger. It'll be the same on the middle finger. And this is how that looks. I'm pretty satisfied with it. And it'll be a French tip, still using the red. I have plans for that opal white. It's so pretty, I think, but I have plans for it. So you'll see that in another set somewhere along the line, as long as I don't continue to have technical problems. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to speak it up. And then I'll cap this with a clear layer. Oh, and the other reason why I chose to use the base coat was because all polygels don't react the same to different things that you use for the purpose of slip solution. And I started noticing that there were little fine bubbles forming in the polygel. So that's another reason why I chose to use the base coat. So if you happen to have the Rosalind, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, if you happen to have the Rosalind Polygel and you're experiencing trouble with your alcohol, I use 70%, so give a try with either 90% alcohol, which I didn't, or base coat. And this is how it looks, and I'm pretty pleased with it. So I decided on a matte finish for these, and I forgot. I like to put base coat down before I do either top coat, glossy or matte. So that Pinky got the matte top coat, and when I realized it, right now you see me doing the base coat before I lay the matte. Because remember, I said that base coat is almost like a filler, and it also leaves a good tacky layer so that your top coat doesn't peel. And I'll cure the base coat for 30 seconds. But then I did have to stay in the lamp longer for that matte top coat. Now this is matte top coat, and this will be cured for 60 seconds. So I do like the Rosalind Polygel. So as I was doing this, I noticed that the polygel is an almost exact match to the color of the box. Maybe I'll just do a design to coincide with the packaging. I chose this pink shimmer gel liner to give it that pop for it to stand out against the matte finish. I'm drawing leaf shapes similar to what's in the pattern, and I cure it for 30 seconds. And I'm keeping this simple because when I'm done, I'll be going back over the art with glossy top coat. Then this silver chrome gel. And you guys know I've been into straight line work. I feel like it draws the eye in. And this is also cured for 30 seconds. And this is the glossy top coat, which is cured for 60 seconds. And the rest of the artwork is done off camera. I do like the Rosalind Polygel. I'm most impressed with how strong the color, and I think it's a little more than a beginner polygel. It has some firmness and doesn't shift much while working it in place. And the sticky feel of it offers an opportunity to try what could work best as a slip. And I'm loving how they turned out. Do you like them? And if you do, there's much more in this playlist. Remember to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell because I have so much waiting to be posted. I'm so glad you were here today and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Much love.